we're having Risa Ota representing Japan. Han Yin representing Chinese Taipei. Elnaz representing Iran. Honaka Oda representing Japan. Mashiro Kuzu representing Japan. Aitak Yoshi representing Japan. Right now, our finalists are having their observation time. 2 minutes on the clock. Welcoming you back here, everyone. Women bowler final. Just had our finalists presented on the mat. Right now they're having their observation time. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go for route 1, problem 1. If you guys are hearing a bit more extra noises, it's because I had to change my commentary booth. You can see discussions are happening between the finalists on how they want to do that first move. Risa and Hanyin having a discussion on going left or right foot first. Can see them all having a discussion with 5 more seconds to go for route 1. And time starts for problem 2. See them discussing. Well, the time for the observation is up, and we will be starting with our first climber, Risa Ota, representing Japan, in 5 minutes. It's great to have you here, welcoming you in the Women Boulder Final in the IFSC Asian Cup Riyadh 2023, Saudi Arabia. Later on today, we will be having our men final. And after that, we'll be having our closing ceremony for this great event. And our first finalist is on the mat already, having Risa representing Japan. She had her observation time already. Looks like she's gonna be a run start to a press on that pink hold. Just falling a bit short. She's going with the method that she was discussing with Hanyin, being full static. Trying to reach to that bit higher foot might work, and it does. But can't generate enough force to just go and generate, big slip over there. Welcoming you here in the finals for the women boulder for the IFSC Asian Cup happening here in Riyadh. Currently we're seeing Risa on the screen, trying to have that static beginning rather than a run start. 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. She gave it a couple try on the static method. Now she's thinking about a run start again, maybe? No, she's still sticking to that static start. Trying to do it full static. Having that right foot on the nearly nose of that green volume. Trying to send, but again, losing her tension and flagging out. Lisa right now going with the left foot instead. She still can't get to stick it statically. Having a bit of a stretch. Planning to go again with a static approach and a static method. With the big knee over there, she just can't generate enough force. 1 minute, 25 seconds on the clock. It's better if she just change her approach, to a run start, 2 steps, and way more better. Just need to generate enough force. With that downward pointing crimp, I would say. Not a crimp, but a crimp, I would say, because it's a dual text, you can't pinch it. Less than a minute to go for Risa. A run start would be the most suitable, as she taking 1 step of a run, then stopping again. Trying to hold that corner of that volume. Looks like Risa's really not sure of the method that she want to use here. Again, a jump start, but falls out short. 20 seconds on the clock. And just barely holding it. That was the closest attempt that she had so far. And again, going for it, not able to. And 5 more seconds. Calling it a day for her first attempt on that first boulder. Great effort by her nonetheless. Right now, we're having Hanyin representing Chinese Taipei getting on the mat and starting her round. She's going with that run start rather than the static, and amazing She literally almost tripped in that towel of her to clean up her shoe. Now going with the more static approach. That changes her mind again. Big step and standing up and sticking that starting move. Traversing to the side volume. That small chip on the wall, just under crimp, looks like an under crimp, downward facing crimp. Gas toning it. Under clinging it actually, with only a fingertips. Again, with that run start, she got that start dialed in. Now traversing to that second green volume. Going for the bottom of the volume. Smart of her. Securing a zone that way. Getting that zone and just trying to find the most stable position there. Standing on the tip of the nose of the volume with her left foot, matching that volume with both of her hands. Lowering herself a bit, gaining a bit of leverage here. Glued to the wall, basically, at this moment. Amazing effort by Hanyin. 1 minute and 40 seconds on a clock. Finally managing, she's basically hooking that upper volume to generate some sort of a push force to stay on the wall. Quite a tricky first problem. Here in the finals for the women boulder in the IFSC Asian Cup in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, asking for a brush. 1 minute to go. Not wasting too much time on brushing. Quick run again, having that starting position dialed in. Stepping towards that second volume, taking her time, not rushing it. 15 more seconds on the clock. Finally getting that stable position, but 4 more seconds and yeah. Final attempt by Hanyin, presenting Chinese Taipei. Amazing climbing by her so far. And the sun is setting, so you might be seeing a bit of a blur while it's hitting the cameras. Tried our best to maneuver our cameras around the sun rays later on. And right now, on the mats, Ilnaz representing Iran. Facing the judges, getting the okay. Not wasting any time, directly hitting that 2 volumes with a downward facing crimp. Thumb push, getting in that starting position. Traversing towards that small crimp, ignoring it, deciding not to go for it, holding the volume from the bottom, securing that zone with that move. A quick step there. Ooh, and a different approach. Rather than standing, she's just placing her foot on the jib directly. That foothold on the volume. Trying to find a better position to be fully stable. With her plan to, and just standing directly to that move. Amazing power by Ilnaz. One more move to top this first problem. Eyeing that last hold and just going for it. Amazing top. With 2 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. Amazing top by Ilnaz, which is her second attempt. Great climbing by Ilnaz. Full commitment on that second move. Second to last move. Placing her foot on the foothold and just standing for those two downward and side pinch, I would call it, or a side crimp. Right now, on the mats, we're having Honoka representing Japan. Going with the more static approach, reaching to that downward crimp, and just stand and misses it at the last moment. And welcome back.
Thank you, everyone. Here's your favorite commentator back for the second part of the day. Second part of the day.
Second part of the day.
Yeah, we have third one. The finals. Now I count my day in terms of stages of this competition. I no longer adhere to minutes.
I mean, we have to. We have a long day. We had a long day. One more final to go after this. A great final so far.
This is Honoka on the line. Let's see, she's got that zone now. It seems like a nice little slab. I see a recurring theme of having the slab as the first route every time.
Yeah,
and I'm curious.
It's a warm-up.
Agreed, a warm-up, but I wonder if there's a strategic thinking behind it.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna use up all their energy and their legs at this time. Then the rest is just power moves.
Yeah, the rest is just disintegrating.
Yeah, looking at the routes right now, they're quite challenging. Big holds, a lot of big holds.
A lot of big holds, but that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. Well, Honoka is going with the static approach and dialing in that move. We just had Ilnaz topping out.
I saw that. That was very exciting. I was front and center.
Yeah.
I was front and center. I like to be between the commentators booth and in the center of the audience.
So you basically left me here alone?
I did. I love you anyways.
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna warn you. I'm gonna be doing it again. I'll be going and coming.
Yeah.
But I will not be leaving alone. I will be sending in people to entertain you.
That would be an amazing thing.
Me too.
I'll leave.
Duty.
So.
You didn't hear me. It's fine.
Yeah, we're having Honoka right now. She already secured that zone hold, and she's going for the same approach or the same method that Ilnaz did, which is having her foot on that foothold and directly standing. What Ilnaz did was standing up and holding both of the holds at the same time. But Honoka is going for that thumb push, then to the side. Yeah, she got it now. She did mimic it on the ground.
I think if you, as she stood up, if you go for the left-hand side as well, that pushes your center of gravity a little bit to the left and out. And left and out, so you either need to engage a little bit harder or you need to just go for the thumb because it stays up in front.
You need both of them. Yeah? She went for the thumb just now and she had it, but she
okay,
up.
so the thumb is not enough to secure, but you use the little
Exactly,
side.
look at her.
There we go, she got it, she got it.
30 seconds on the clock. She has one more move to go to get this top.
Yeah.
She's not comfortable 100%, trying to find the best position. And that foot hole is way too small. She's trying to just squeeze away. And that's a
nice little push there at the end. With 9 seconds left on the clock, that is some great pushing.
Yeah, but she did need both of the holes to achieve this. Yeah. Zone in 2, top in 5. A great start for the final, for the women final here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Setting the standards. So this is our first competitor setting the standards. So we have three tops so far. Two tops?
Two tops.
Two tops. Two tops. Didn't realize this. Didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah, I mean, we do have only 6 climbers, so.
I think that's the distinction. Yeah. There's not that many.
Yeah. Right now, Mashiro on the mat, representing Japan. Quite a technical, a real balancing route. The crowds and everyone is just hyped. Again, Mashiro going in with that static approach rather than she pops out.
I think she maximized on the static and decided to dynamic. But if you see the position she was in, she had her hips out a little bit.
A run start would be definitely better here.
Oh, there she is going for the run start.
And having both thumbs at the same time would help exactly on securing that first position.
Well, it seems to me that it's a tension catch, so you have to catch it with the tension, not just
with both of the
there
thumbs
we go.
Getting it.
2 thumbs in there, tension the whole body. Got it.
Now to the more tricky part. Going to the lower of that volume. She might go for the jib first, then see that the bottom of the volume looks better. She gonna reach for it. Exactly. She gonna try to step over with her right. She decides just to go with her left. Easier that way. See, this method was the most appropriate method to reach to those 2 downward, and just misses it on the last edge. She should go a bit more slower, most probably. Looking at the time, 2 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. Not rushing to get back on the holds.
It's important to consider not too many attempts. If you see, I can't remember who did the study, but statistically, those who did the best were those that did minimal a number of attempts. So you want to do each attempt, take your time, study it thoroughly, try and work it through, rather than going directly and plowing onwards.
Yeah. So again, taking small steps here.
Yeah, there we go. That's the crux of the move right there.
Yep, and
she went for both, and if you saw as she fell, it was a little barn door.
Yeah.
So it's that right hand and the left foot causing a little bit of a barn door as she's jumping up.
She needs to hold it a bit more stronger, generate more upward force towards that under a downward crimp. She needs to generate a lot of press with that thumb.
Yeah, and similar to the catch with the running start, it's not just a catch with the thumb, it's you're catching with a full chain. So your thumb, your forearm, your biceps, all of them have to be engaged down to your core.
She got this first ball dialed in, quite easy for her so far. Getting her feet closer to that foothold on the volume. And standing up again, and again that right arm, that right thumb just pops out. A minute on the clock. She knows she got it. That's why she's going for a couple of extra tries. Making sure she has clean shoes. 40 seconds on the clock.
Gonna make it count. Yeah, That's a good start on the catch. She's got this one dialed down by now.
Yeah, she might have a try or two in this.
Yeah, she's making that final move.
And yeah, she got the position.
She caught it. Well done. She landed. Yes.
Just
with
at a
13 seconds left. She's doing a great job.
Yep. Looks like it's gonna be that borderline final.
Yeah, we're
getting
gonna.
tops on
Well,
last 10 seconds.
It depends as well because this one, it seems to me this is the easier one out of all the other choices. We'll see by the other routes what they're
Nothing looks
looking
easy.
for.
Well, right now, a quick chalk cleaning session. Next climber would be I, representing Japan. I getting on the mats, running towards problem 1. And that's a go for her. She knows what she want to do.
Yeah,
Literally without even looking, she knows
She
where
knows.
she want to clean.
She
what
knows.
wanna
She
do.
knows exactly what the movement's going to be. She has a general idea. Not only that, I think at this level of athleticism, they see by the stuff like the chalk marks and
Shoe marks, the rubber from the shoe.
Yeah, and we talked earlier about the messaging between the route setters and climbers.
Yeah.
She knows.
Going to that
Oh.
static move or the static
Interesting.
beginning, yeah, rather than the dynamic or the run start. Way more demanding way of doing it, but barely reaching her foot placement and trying to go to that downward and holding. Just losing it at the
nice.
last. She wanted it to be a flash, but
Yeah, and at the
lost
same
that flash.
time, you have to think they're thinking about preserving energy. So
Yep. Way more
Nah,
easier.
see, much easier.
Way more easy.
See, but I would do the same. I would try the static because that's not obviously a running start.
As a flash, maybe it looks safer to go statically, so you would risk it going
Yeah,
flashing.
if you're aiming for the flash, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
at this level, they're all aiming for the flash.
all aiming for the flash. Literally, that what's gonna be causing the difference between them all. Going to that second volume, she might cross with her right, or she might just, she crossed with her right. Gaining that leverage over there, trying to find a better position for the right foot, chooses it not. And just having her left foot on that foothold on the side of the volume.
Hand-foot match there.
Yeah.
And let's see how she goes about the next move.
Gonna stand up using 2 of her hands. One a thumb, one a side.
She was so close.
Barely holding it together.
Yeah, she landed the move, but then the barn door kicked in and she twisted herself off.
Yeah.
It's not an obvious barn door, however, that twist is a telltale sign. Let's see if she gets this on the next attempt. The next attempt, I'd imagine that she'd recognize the barn door as she fell and she'd try to see it differently.
Oh, she has a foot slip over there. 1 minute and 35 seconds on the clock. Got that starting position dialed in. And I guess we'll be seeing another crazy final here for the women. And I think the men final will be crazy also.
I imagine it will be. I don't know what I'm expecting. The semi-finals really threw me, to be honest, and we're gonna see what we're gonna get.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had a crazy semi-final yesterday for the women.
1 minute
Crazy
left as she
semi-final.
tries for that move again, the crux.
Taking her time.
See the wind up, and she
holding
lands it.
Yeah.
Nice. Now,
Super hard for her to hold that position, but amazing. And a big jump to that last hole.
Nice little catch for that jug at the end.
She gets the
Well
thumbs up.
done.
And okay, and that's a top for her. A giveaway sign for the other athletes if the athlete actually did the run or not, if they entered the mat early.
Yeah.
Because here we don't have to wait for the 5 minutes to be, or the 4 minutes to
Oh,
be
they reset
passed.
the timer. Oh, the
Once
beauty
the
of beauty of technology.
Once the top is done,
Boom.
second athlete is on the mat.
And it provides the other athletes with a bit of a feedback as she re-enters the isolation area. When they see them re-entering very quickly, they're like, oh, must have been a top.
Yeah. So we had our first boulder done. Switching to our second boulder right now. For the finals, we're having Risa representing Japan on problem number 2. Risa starting. Big 360 over there. Going with a big toe hook, a second toe hook over there. Not wasting any time. She did her reading. She knows what she has to do. We're going for that big hold.
Look at that lock-off strength.
Yeah. One more.
One
more
more.
move toward the
And
top.
can she make it? Can
One
she
more
the
attempt.
flash?
She can. And she's
Has a
trying
little
to
struggle.
Resting on that.
Nice,
position.
nice. Let's see how she tries to go
Trying
about it.
to find a better position to go to that top hold. A really squeezed in position. Trying to mantle.
Oh,
Amazing shoulder strength. And
yes,
amazing
well done for the
top
flash
for
attempt.
Risa.
Risa from
Amazing.
Japan putting it
Flash
together,
by Risa.
setting the standard now for the rest of the comp.
Yeah,
Keeping the
amazing
standards
climb by
high.
her.
She's gonna go back there and everyone's gonna see that she flashed it.
Crazy climb by her. That was an amazing flash. Amazing sem by Risa. Definitely gonna make her feel good. Gonna make her feel prepared for the next boulder. Our next climber, Onion.
In the time they come up, we have a visit from the federations. We want to wish all the participants good luck.
Yeah, wishing them all best of luck, the greatest luck. And here we have Onion representing Chinese Taipei right now on the map. Great first start for this boulder. With a big jump to that.
Big start.
Yeah.
Big start.
Big jump to
Now
that.
with a follow-up. Oh,
Clearly she
a little campus 180.
Yeah. So a far toe
wow,
hook.
wow, that is
Amazing
this is
climb
just
by
a show of pure athleticism. We're at the highest level. We're at the highest.
Yeah. Having a sideways bicycle here.
It is amazing. We are currently at the highest level of athleticism and seeing these people performing at the maximum.
Yeah. Having her securing the zone just now with the
She's got the zone to that big circular
She's
hold.
literally hugging that big
It is a double-handed hug. It is bigger. It's way larger
Going
than
for the
she
crimp,
is.
But almost losing it. Doesn't.
Yeah. Now she's adjusting her feet. She's finding some good feet to grab that crimp.
Gonna go for that crimp first. Fighting for the crimp over there. Looks like she's barely holding it and losing her flash at that
she wasn't able to shift her weight off from that giant macro onto the crimp.
Looking at her forearm, looks like that big hole literally just scraped her skin off.
Yep, that's one of the prices you pay when you compete internationally. Your skin is not on your hand for the most part.
It's on a hold somewhere.
It's on the hold, or the floor, or on a brush somewhere.
Yeah. But great climbing by her. Preparing for her second attempt on this boulder. 2 minutes on the clock left. Enough time for her. Keep in mind that each attempt counts at this level. Each attempt counts at this level. You need to do it in the least amount of attempts.
Yeah. And here they're all aiming for the flash, and if you're not flashing, you're aiming for the number 2. And you can see it in her time. So she's going to take her time, to get as much rest as she can before getting back on there. But we saw such a monstrous attempt from her the first time. And that first half of the route, I feel, drained her.
One more hole to go at that time. She only had one more hole to go through.
It is. But that is one hell of a doozy.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I would argue that doesn't even look like a foothold. Calling it a crimp is a generous exaggeration.
Yep. No, I think it's just like one of those bad holes that you find during climbing. But Onion is doing great.
She's doing fantastic. Then say hi to all 170 people you watching online. appreciate you giving all our athletes a shout out and appreciation in the chat.
Yep. Welcoming you here in the finals for the women boulder. Oh, and just missing that hold.
Oh, that is gonna cost her. That is gonna cost her dearly.
She's right away back on her feet. Gonna go for that route again. 30-second on the clock.
That's a 180 campus with a toe hook.
It's amazing.
The toe hook catch is just a gorgeous piece of movement.
Full commitment by Han Yin there.
A little bicycle while she shifts her hands.
Hanging on that roof. 10 more seconds. She got the zone already, but she only got 2 moves.
4,
5 more
3,
seconds.
2,
go for it.
1. And now, just finish it. Just finish it. Good attempt. Good attempt.
Great attempt by Han Yin. Sadly, she only got a zone in this boulder. Next climber, representing Iran, El Naz, which was doing greatly so far. And hopefully she'll be doing great till the end. El Naz on the mats right now.
Just want to give a little shout out to the Saudi national team trainer, Ludo. He's just passing us by. Hi, Ludo.
Hey, Ludo. Quite shy. We did invite him to commentate with us, but
no, we'll get him next time.
Well, El Naz going on the wall.
El Naz has been an absolute favorite. Look at that show of power right there. This is a good example. Why? Going with the feet first.
Yeah, amazing. She's making sure she doesn't use any extra power that's not needed. And going for that.
Going for the swing bicycle.
Literally, it's a kick. She's kicking that hold.
Just kicking the hold. Kick into a toe hook into bicycle.
Another just sort of a bicycle here, or going to those pinches.
Oh, look at that. A heel hook above the head.
Yeah, it looks like great. I thought she had her heel on her fingers if she couldn't let it go. Amazing.
All right. Ow. What a shame.
There.
She's asked for the brushing, and I think I know which one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Looks like it's the most one that had a chuck on it. Absolute powerhouse. El Naz.
Another example of our climbers being deliberate with their attempts. You can see her taking the time to rest, chalking up, kind of working the magic. We don't want too many attempts, but at the same time, want to make each attempt count. Yep. So there's a lot of focus for each individual attempts.
And you want to stay energetic for the next 2 boulders, especially that we're still halfway through.
Yeah, and this is where it becomes strategic decisions. If you take a fall, do you try again? Do you go back, save some energy, save some skin?
She's not gonna go for the cross with her hand, but she did right now. She's still using her feet to reach it at home. The kick to those yellow pinches and fall again. Asking for brush.
Did that very awkwardly. I think not just the choke is getting a bit much, but I think she's just trying to avoid campusing. This is what it looks like. She's trying to avoid campusing because of the waste of energy. Whereas in reality, from our perch, we can see that campusing would be the most effective way to go about it.
It saves a lot of time.
Save you a lot of time. And if you're just kind of moving around along with it, you're going to be right there alongside.
But she still goes with the feet first. Then she brings her. She's gonna change the beta, going. Oh,
look at that! She's trying something else.
Beta totally.
See, that works. It seems a lot more efficient.
Yeah, but now she's sort of.
I like this.
Could this be the actual intended beta? And everyone was breaking it earlier.
Yeah, do you think this is the intended raider?
Looks like. I mean, with these climbers, you never know what's
We
intended and
never
what's
know.
breaking. You know,
We never know.
at this level of climbing.
Oh,
my
she
goodness.
just caught that little side.
But she did have the zone hold secured.
Oh, she's
calling it a day.
making the strategic choice
Yeah,
to walk away.
having that zone.
Save that energy.
Yeah. So far, we had only one cent on this route, 2 zones. And right now, we're having Honoka representing Japan. She would definitely be going with the first beta, I assume.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'll take that bet. Like,
Oh, she went with the feet first. So we did have our first 2 climbers breaking the beta, and
Yeah.
just capping
yeah,
to the
but
next.
see, yeah, she bailed halfway. She's like, no, this is not for me. She saw the time waster. She's like, let's move onwards.
Big, far reach. And that's so, my goodness. She's not going with the bicycle, she's switching that toe to a heel, helping her way more. Going for the further hold for her heel, crimping, pinching that yellow hold. Oh, a lot of moving around. Well, Honoka is back on the wall. She did her first attempt. Did a lot of hanging. I guess that made her a bit tired.
Yeah, this is the problem when you're trying to problem solve on a roof-like structure. Is
Yeah.
that all your problem solving is done in a time where you need to save money and be efficient with
Energy.
save energy. You save money
Did
by
you just
working.
did you just say save money?
Yeah.
And
Save-
why you're in the shades and I'm in the sun? I don't get it.
You'll be in a minute.
Well, great climbing. She reaches to that zone hold, getting that zone hold already, securing it. Now she reaches to the more, let's say, power part of the route.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
just
Oh,
looking
this.
at that part.
I think by the time they reach that part, they're already expended a lot of energy.
They need to move a bit more faster, I assume. But again, canvassing through the first 2 moves, quite hard and demanding. 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Jumping again to that big sloper. 1 minute on the clock right now. Going not a campus. Ah, my goodness. Cutting loose over there. Healing that left hold and matching it with her left hand. Going for that yellow pinch on the roof. Matching that hold. Going to the zone hold right now. Matching it. Keeping her body way far on the left hand side. Feels like she has to bring her body to the right more to be able to go through the crimp and to the next black hold. Well, she's calling her try here. Securing a zone. So far we only saw one top at this problem. That was by Risa, presenting Japan. Next, on the mats, Mashiro. quite sunny, isn't it?
Maybe for another 5 minutes for us. So for those of us listening, we are sitting at a table. I'm in the shade now, and it's cold. And Munir is in the sun, not for long.
Yep.
See, straight away with the campus.
With the campus. And she's
from Mashiro.
kicking. She didn't go for a kick. She literally just
No, she just campused the hell out
it.
of that.
Yeah, went for it.
And I'm curious to see whether it'd be more effective in terms of energy savings.
I mean,
she skipped a lot of core tension.
Yes, she did skip 2 or 3 moves by doing that, and a double hill, a bicycle here. She thinks that she doesn't know what she wanna
figure out what's the best way.
Securing that zone hold right now. She's still on her flash attempt.
Okay, she's got the crimp.
Going for that big black hold.
Nice, well done.
Yep. Looks like she's composed so far. Going for that crimp.
So far,
are we gonna see a second top?
1 move left. There's still 3 minutes left. On
and
top.
That's a top for Mashiro.
That is fantastic.
Great flash attempt by Mashiro. And still 2 minutes 45 seconds on the clock, which is super great. Well, told you this is gonna be an exciting final.
It is already very exciting. We've seen a few tops, we've seen a few fails on Boulder 1. Boulder 2 here is proving to pick out those with the power and the endurance to carry on a roof for extended period.
Lice climber on problem 2. She's sort of lost. But yep, I can feel the cold right now in the shades. Gonna tilt towards the right of it.
As she starts her first attempt, we kind of have an idea of what to expect from the movements.
Yep. Going with the right.
She went right first.
She's gonna campus with her left.
Campus. Let's see what next.
A kick or a campus?
Kick or a campus? Kick or a campus?
I would say a kick.
I'll go campus.
And campus.
Campus it is. Campus and lock off.
Yeah,
straight
exactly.
Away, both her feet for the bicycle.
I mean, great power, great effort, amazing
flexibility, amazing choices.
execution by I here. Going for that crimp.
She's getting the crimp. Now she's off for the big macro.
And she
lands
gets
the
it.
macro.
What we
Now,
see
the tiny crimp. She's able to move fast. Yeah, she's able to move into her waist.
What more?
Let's see if she can make some momentum with her legs, reach that top hold.
And going for a second flash on this
Fantastic.
Boulder.
That's going to create some upsets at the conclusion.
Yep. Thank you, Monkey, for your efforts.
I'll be back soon, ladies and gents. Your favorite commentator is going to take a break.
I mean, who said you're the favorite? I don't know, but yeah.
I've decided.
See you later. Well, right now, we're done with problem 2. Now to problem 3. Starting with our first climber, Risa, representing Japan. Risa getting ready over there, eyeing that problem. Looks like a run start, but she decides, not a run start, but a coordination move, but she decides to go statically. Can see her pushing that blue macro. The wall is pushing her outward. This is going to be a dynamic move. She's fully extended here. Trying to have her foot up. Amazing by Risa. Amazing split by her. Actually raising her foot to reach to that position. And just losing it. Skipping her feet might work here. To kill that barn door, you need to skip your feet, or can easily just fight it. I mean, I don't know. And these climbers are they're always doing the unexpected, especially at this level of climbing.
I'll take that details later.
Well, again, with that huge split by Risa on problem 3, she literally holds her leg and just lifts it up.
Hey, I've done that before. This is Mackie. I'm back, you guys. Oh, nice little swing. Barn door out of there. I have done that situation where if my foot can't reach, grab the foot with the hand and pull it to where it needs to be.
So you're telling me you can split?
Not like that, but close enough to when I need it.
But it was an amazing approach by Risa to do the route this way. She hasn't logged the zone yet. She needs to be controlling it for it to be counted. A minute on the clock. She might be going for the same method because it worked with her a couple of times already.
I also think it's a little bit too late to be trying something new.
Yep.
But yeah, it seems to be working for her.
Feels like she gonna skip her feet this time. She needs to kill that swing. And she does kick that hole.
She lands that zone. And, and the way she stuck her foot out on the other hole to stop that swing, to quit that barn door, and you saw the tension with which she did it with.
She's looking at the clock, 25 seconds on the clock. 2 more moves to go. She's again holding that side of a wall, which is, I think, pointed out. There's no hole there. There's no hold over there.
Hey.
1 more move to the end.
Tools. Yeah, she's got it.
And that's a top on 7 seconds.
7 seconds left. She's at the top.
Amazing climbing.
How she used nothing.
She literally used the air to climb.
I don't know if I can't even tell if there's a bolt hole there.
I don't know. I mean, you can't hold a bolt hold, though.
You can pretend. You can pretend that there's a hold there and put your hand where your hand needs to balance. I've used this as a technique before, where I just pretend that there's a hold because I know that's where my hand needs to be for the balance, and then do the rest of the move without it.
So she's pulling on nothing.
Essentially, yes.
I'll take your word for it. We'll go and ask her after this. What about that?
We'll go ask her.
Like,
what were you grabbing on?
Grabbing on there.
Sheer willpower. That's what she was holding on to. Sheer willpower.
Well, right now, Han Yin.
Han Ying from Chinese Taipei here to show us how they go about it.
She might go static, or she might go as the intended beta, which is skipping all the 3 holds, running on them.
Have you ever seen somebody? Have you seen somebody do that?
I mean, no, but looks like an intended one.
I think maybe the angle is going to prevent that, and maybe that gigantic hold in the middle, the macro where she is now.
Well, so far she's using the same approach as Risa. Expanding her arms.
Without any to hold it. No.
Not any hold.
She got this.
Yeah.
Let's not take away from that the attempt of Risa that did it.
She did it on the first go.
The first attempt, she takes the swing. She doesn't stop it.
Yeah, and going to that, she's trying to find any jib on that big blue macro. Nothing there.
Oh well, will she find the jib of willpower? The invisible jib of willpower. That's what I call it.
She's holding the side of that macro right now, actually. But now she It looks like it needs a full commitment move where you just have to stand up from that position.
I think that's the intended beta. Just and the problem is there's going to be a weight shift in the middle of the move, so you're
You need to place.
Yes.
Oh,
see,
that looks
that's what's
more
going
like.
to cause difficulty. So you're leaning towards the right. Your side pulling towards the right hand side. Not only do you have to move, but you also have to shift your weight all the way to the left. And Gaston.
Basically, intended beta was to stand up, press with your right hand, mantle it, and hold that side crimp, Gaston with your left. But what we had Risa doing is going fully static, or almost fully static, with a great send for this route. Hanyin getting back on the wall. Not wasting any time over there.
Don't need this anymore. So if anyone's wondering, that was me hissing at a cat.
Please don't do that anymore.
Let's see. She takes on the same sequence of moves. I'll be back in a sec, gentlemen and ladies.
I mean, it's amazing that every time you want to go, he just announced it. Well, Risa having 1 minute and still might have the energy for one last attempt there. Going with that split beta again. And now I would like to, and she's holding that position, I would like to welcome Bisan. Hey,
Hi, how are you?
good to have you back.
Very, very happy to be back.
Well,
The finals with you. How
yeah,
are you
right.
finding it?
It's crazy. Have you seen these finals?
I mean, kind of happy I'm not here. I'm not in them.
Bisan is from the Jordanian team, and she was with us during the lead wall competition. Yep, and in the Boulder. Well, what do you think about these final boulders?
صراحة, they look really, really interesting. Super powerful. Kind of jealous that I don't get to try them. But yeah, it's fun to see really strong athletes being challenged, to be honest. It's something to look up to.
Yeah, I mean, even we did climb with them a couple of times. We know how strong they are,
Yeah.
especially these top climbers we're having here in the final. And yet they're struggling with these routes.
Yeah,
It tells you about how hard these routes might be.
absolutely. But it also kind of humanizes them.
I mean, we know that they're not machines,
Yeah.
right? But I think lots of them already broke so many betas
Really?
while climbing. Yeah. Like, I think one of the betas that was broken right here was the split.
Uh-huh.
But
The
on
intended
this
was a run, I think, correct?
intended was a
Yeah.
run. Yes, it feels like the intention is a run, but then most of the climbers are going for the more secure one or secure way because they're aiming for a flash attempt.
Yeah, of course.
So they
Attempts
go for
really
static?
matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have mobility and you know how to use it, then might as well.
Risa literally held her foot and leg to do the splits.
I mean, it works.
It works. Right now we're having Ilnaz presenting Iran. I think she would go again with the static method.
I feel like she would run.
Again, they're always going with the static because it's more secure
I
if you're
guess.
aiming for a flash.
But I don't know. I feel like she's a bit more dynamic. Yeah.
And there she goes, a big jump. But feels like having her foot matched on the blue, let's say the second hold after the start, then skipping it while holding that side pull. I mean, I'm just talking. I don't know if it's even gonna work or not.
Let me think about it.
But how would you approach this problem?
Honestly, I was really into the split method. I feel like that could be doable for me. But yeah, see?
Yeah,
She
she
went
went
with
with
the dynamic
without the
method,
split.
yeah.
Yeah, she went with the dynamic, and she has to span to reach to that side gas zone, and that's a top for Elnaz
Second attempt. That's insane.
with 2 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
She's like on fire this weekend.
it was crazy seeing her climb.
Honestly, inspirational.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, even I felt inspired. I'm like, I need to be strong as that, or even more. I don't care. She's literally just flying through the holds
Yeah.
smoothly
So much
without
power,
any effort.
yeah.
Like normally,
So smooth.
yeah. So normally you would see the struggle on the face of a climber.
Just cruising.
Not doing any struggle. No, she's amazing. Right now we're having Mashiro.
From Japan.
I never know if she's happy or not. She's always having like, straight face.
Most of the Japanese, they're not very.
No,
expressive.
Risa literally smiles the whole
After
route.
the competition, yeah.
Especially when they do a top, Risa is one of, because I think she's a fan favorite.
Honestly, I think so too. Yeah.
She's really enjoying that all, like the crowd cheering every
Yeah.
single part for her. Well, Mashiro here,
I feel like she could static it.
she might go for the split because they were discussing together.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
split. Not as bad as, not as big as Risa's split, but split nonetheless.
Yeah, and then she has to control the momentum.
Yeah, and she
with her
did.
foot, yes.
Way more smoother than the other athletes so far.
Just chalking up, getting ready for the next move. And then,
Oh, yeah.
thought she was gonna go for it.
She needs that flash. She wants that flash.
Trying to be as accurate as she can. Generates momentum.
Yeah,
Shoulder lock.
landing that
Crazy.
zone.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
easy top.
Easy top for her,
Nice.
and that's a flash. Great climbing. I mean, again, see, you never know if she's happy or not. She's just. I do get it that she might be focused for the next boulder. But, different people, different
Maybe.
The
approach.
question here is, does it work the other way? If she gets frustrated, would she still be a neutral face?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
We'll
really.
find out. She's gonna have to follow
Hopefully
one point.
not. I really wish.
Hopefully not.
All the best for all the climbers. Really, they're doing such a great effort here. Oh, sorry. I'm having like a couple of papers.
Mistakes will be in it. So many mistakes.
Please don't
I
judge
was
me.
perfect. I made no mistakes.
Mistakes can happen. Well, Hanukkah just sent her out on her flash attempt. Now we're having Mashiro.
Bisan, what's your takeaway from this particular boulder? What skills do you think are important to excel at in order to top this one?
Compression is a big part. Generating momentum and controlling it.
Yeah, exactly like that.
You need insane shoulder strength for this to do the shoulder lock move as she's about to do right now. And yeah,
Full commitment.
coordination. That's crazy.
Full commitment.
Yeah, I would say commitment is like the first one on the list.
Yeah. She didn't think it twice.
Risa had a technique of her own. We saw her grab onto the invisible jib of willpower and then move onwards.
Yeah, literally, Risa was climbing and she held something. Nothing on the wall.
I think there's probably like an edge coming out of the wall.
I mean, is it even possible?
Yeah. Apparently.
We decided it's the invisible jib of willpower. That's what it is.
Well, a quick flash by Mashiro.
Being flashed by a lot of them. Surprisingly. And usually Boulder 3 where like people start to struggle.
I'm afraid that
Apparently
that's
not.
gonna be boulder 4.
Yeah.
Because I stood below that boulder and it was insane.
Looks
Starting-
like it's all compression.
Starting position isn't great at all.
Ouch.
Yeah, we're having I right now. Our last climber for boulder 3. Really taking her time.
Just brushing the holds, making sure everything's ready. She's in the correct starting position. Just pressing up. keeping her hips close into the wall so she doesn't fall off because the angle is pretty steep.
She seems very deliberate with her movement, which is a good thing. She wants to make this attempt count. The stakes are high at this stage in the competition.
And she holds
makes
that.
a dynamic move to the
Hold that swing, yeah.
Pogo again to shoulder
Not
lock.
waiting at all, not
Just going with the
Yeah.
flow. That's crazy.
without the mantle.
Full commit, full dynamism.
And an easy
Amazing.
top.
And he looks like what looks like
She looks
an
like she's
easy
warming
top.
up.
She looks
She
like
looks
it's a
like
warm
she's
up.
warming up.
But we know full well that is not an easy route to try.
Well, that's it for problem 3. If you're just joining, welcome you here at the IFSC Asian Cup Riyadh 2023 Saudi Arabia. Currently we're having the women boulder final to our last boulder right now. How was the atmosphere and the vibe throughout the whole week?
Yesterday's semifinals were honestly my favorite parts of the entire week.
Oh, of the entire
The
week.
music was really good. The boulders were insanely well set. I loved each one, to be honest. The last boulder yesterday was crazy.
It was, and you were,
I was having so much fun.
that's why you were having fun.
Yeah.
That was your rhythm day.
Like, I was so excited for each boulder. Just wanted more time on them to like get them done.
It was really fun seeing you guys climbing those boulders. But hopefully next year you'll be in the finalist.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, now we're having the crowd favorite, Risa, on problem 4.
She has a toe hook
She's-
in.
yeah.
Pressing with her
With
right
the
hand.
high
That's the high
heel. She's literally just
Just jammed her foot inside.
yeah, jamming her foot between the 2 holds. Going to that side.
What? Just off
And
the
that's
zone, first
the
attempt.
zone hold, yeah. That jib on the
Nice.
next purple hold, she might go for it. And she found it.
So close to the top.
Oh,
I
a
think she's
big
gonna
cut
get it.
loose.
I think she'll go for it.
She needs that heel to stay stable. We
saw that moment of consideration. She was thinking whether to go full dynamic, but I feel the 2 macros are too far out to go on a full. I agree with your assessment.
I think the
A
high
heel.
A heel.
I think a high heel to the left.
Yeah.
But on that angle,
Hand foot match, high heel.
on that angle, a heel might be risky because the wall is steep and that big hold is it's a slope area already. So I'm afraid the heel wouldn't work. But we'll see what approach she's gonna go for.
Well, it's either that or the full push through. So the full push through go to the top, but I suspect that it doesn't show from the angle that the big macros are further away from the top hold. So
It is.
a full
Plus,
push will mean you have to go out and then back in.
and the top hold doesn't look that great either. It looks like it's a dual
It's a dual
text.
text,
We
yeah.
saw that hold in the women's final in the lead. It is positive, but not great.
And not fully friction.
Oh no!
I mean, the texture is really that.
The back end of it is the dual text. The front is the friction side.
It's really bad. And you can see the top part, I think, of the hole itself is also textureless. It doesn't have any texture on it. But
Okay. So
do right now.
To go for her, I think, second attempt now.
Her second attempt with
1:30 left on the clock.
yeah,
So
a minute
Every attempt
25.
has to count now. She's flagging, toe hook, compressing, setting up for the heel.
Yep.
Nice.
Easy cruise so far for her. And
Up to the
that,
zone again easily.
yeah, a minute on the clock. She's gonna
Trying
go
to
for it.
decide which
Oh, with the
beta.
big cut
Oh.
loose. God.
Yeah, it seems that left side is slopery and terrible, and the angle of the wall, I suspect, makes it even worse.
So you're pinching on a sloper on a steep wall.
Yeah. Will she have time for another good attempt?
She might have one
30
more.
seconds left.
It's Boulder 4, so she might.
Yeah, she has to give it her all
it
now.
is the final one.
No
She,
need to save any more energy.
she only needs that zone to be counted within the. I mean, she did get the zone in
got
the
it first
first
attempt,
attempt.
yeah.
So she's aiming for a top right now. going for that side pull.
Nice.
Yeah, and grabbing that.
Come on, 10 more seconds.
Hopefully she gets it. Riza,
One last attempt.
Ooh, we
5
might,
seconds.
we might be witnessing a
She gonna jump for it. She gonna
No,
jump
I
for
think
it.
she's still
Ah, no!
hesitating, yeah.
Monstrous attempt. Monstrous attempt, though.
Really good. Fun to watch.
Yeah, amazing climbing by Riza. Fan favorite. Definitely a fan favorite.
Risa was a fan favorite and she's done such a good job at doing well, looking good sportsmanship all throughout. Great use of explosive power.
Yeah. And she was the one that always smiling once she's done with the climb. Well, right now, our next athlete, Hanyin, representing Chinese Taipei. She has a really close reading to Risa. Both of them are almost doing the same beta during their climbs.
Were they reading together?
All of them were reading together,
Oh,
and I
nice.
think Risa and Hanyin were discussing actually, yeah.
Nice.
Especially
Nice
for
to
the
see
first boulder.
teamwork.
Huh?
Nice to see teamwork. That's
Yeah,
what our
I mean-
sport is about.
Basically, these are athletes trying to beat the boulders.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. So some discussion isn't bad at all.
But yeah, best thing about climbing is how friendly the competition is.
Yeah,
We're
true.
competitive, but we wish each other well. It's not like you're my enemy.
Basically, yeah. I mean, seeing
Really
another
friendly, yeah.
athlete actually doing the route and completing it makes you also feel good.
Yeah.
Yes, you might be sad for losing the place.
Yeah, but it's really cool to see the sportsmanship between everyone.
Yeah, it's amazing.
She's up to the zone and heading for the top. What beta will she be going with?
Let's see what she's going to decide to do. A quick cut loose. She's kind of choosing.
Matching that jib on the ball.
Yeah, she's going for the heel.
The heel sucks over there.
Still trying to decide.
Oh,
Yeah.
just falling short. Well, as of now, our current top three are I, representing Japan, Mashiro, and Risa. This is our top three currently.
Brushing the jib before she gets on to her next attempt.
So we know that the heel isn't the best thing to go for right now. Could it be just a dynamic jump to the dual tracks?
I think that here's a guess of mine that. So I think the jib on the right is you need it for your right hand, but then I think a right heel hook on the jib, and you're sitting underneath the left sloper. So underneath it, so it's still like a fairly positive sloper, and then you pull yourself in with the heel, right hand to the top. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Philosophizing from the floor is easy.
Yeah, talking is free. You can talk as much as you want.
Talk as much as you want.
No, but yeah, it's doable. I mean, with these climbers at their level, I think.
Yeah, but it looks like each attempt is taking a lot out of them because they're all starting their second attempt near like the minutes and 30 seconds.
I think because it doesn't matter once you score the zone, you're just aiming for the top. So
yeah,
you're
but
taking.
you also need to rest in between attempts, so it seems like it's
They're
really
taking their-
exhausting on each one.
They're taking their time and resting
Yeah.
because they want that specific attempt to be the top.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it is the final. We know that it's going to be really hard boulders here.
And I would say you need to be more efficient with your use of energy. So not more attempts, less attempts, but each attempt has to be focused.
Yeah, each attempt has to count.
You need to be giving it your 100%, even though your energy is running low. You might have no skin anymore.
Yeah.
You really have to give it that 100% because this is where it counts.
So she's on her third attempt now,
Yep.
trying to get to the top.
And just, looking at her forearm. Because I think that second boulder, it really burned her forearm skin. She was staring at it the whole time. She
Yeah,
can't
I
hold
think
it.
she's having an issue with her skin now.
Yeah. 50 more seconds. Don't think that'll be enough for her to reach to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like she's powered out.
Yeah, powered out, and her skin is giving up on her.
But well done.
amazing.
Really
She-
good attempts.
yeah.
Super close to the top.
I mean, the zone is literally just below the top. So she did 90% of the work, basically.
I wonder how fair it is for the zone to be right under the top. To hold underneath it.
But if it's not hard to get to the top, then it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. One move to the top, but that move is quite
Yeah.
nearly impossible for us.
I feel like it's also a mental aspect to it. It has a mental aspect because it's like you're that close, but not really.
Yeah, you're
So
like,
it does get you frustrated. So it affects
so
your mental
yeah, basically
part.
you're so close, but yet so far.
Yeah, exactly.
So essentially, the zone under the top is just teasing. It's just teasing people who strive for completion to compete.
Well, we're
Your sense of competition.
okay. That's a different way to put it out there, but yeah, I guess so.
As me and Riyadh were saying earlier, for people who compete regularly, this is a conversation between the route setters and the climbers. The more you climb in competitions, the more you get used to it, the more you're able to read these as the teasers they are, or the
Yeah. Ilnaz with a big jump to the zone hold,
Nice.
securing
On
that
first
zone.
attempt.
staying underneath that slope.
Crossing.
Yeah, going to the jib, definitely. Yeah,
Nice.
she's a powerhouse, so she might just force the movement here. Breaking any beta was intended. Trying to find
She has
anything.
insane contact strength. Like the friction she keeps on the holds is
Yeah.
wow.
She's going with her. Oh, big cutoff. A big effort by her. And there's a really big swing when she let that pressure out of her feet. Yeah. The cutoff is quite huge, and it's really hard to
Yeah.
fight on those slopers on that angle.
The angle of the wall itself, as you fall, your feet swing outwards, and you're kind of in this motion forwards.
I don't think campusing would work, to be honest.
There's nothing to pull at.
Yeah.
Literally, there you can't use anything
It's going to be
to use
purely
for
that
pull.
jib. Like that's the only thing you've got. If you're going to canvas, if you're going to power through, you're going to grab that jib with every inch of power you've got and jump.
I don't think it'll be making that sound, but yeah, maybe.
I would. I don't know how they stay silent. I'm a very noisy climber.
Well, I'm gonna be keeping that in mind every time I'm climbing with you.
So we see Elnaz now resting, chalking up.
Yeah, taking her time for the
Probably
rest.
contemplating which beta she'll be going with for the top hold.
So basically, all the betas for all the climbers worked so far. Only the last move, which is even for us, is still unknown.
Yeah.
We're not sure of which
I hope
approach.
we get to see a top.
I hope that.
I mean, I believe we will.
Hopefully, every great route needs a great scent. That's the rule.
Ooh.
Asking for some brushing from that side pole. Oh, I swear to God, I don't know how else you would do that last move. If a heel wouldn't work, I'm
Yeah,
not sure what would work
I'm
there.
Not sure either.
And a dynamic move to that dual text is just also nearly impossible. Less than a minute at 40 seconds on the clock. Might be the last attempt for Ilnaz.
We see her kind of breezing through the movements that she knows now what to do. Oh, that side. That's she's going for the side. Yeah, there we go. She's got it. She's landed it.
Almost at the zone again.
Yeah.
Sticks it.
Right, and she's trying to figure out.
Oh, she put a heel in to control it.
Oh, I
Nice.
see.
Oh.
She's the furthest one, and she's got to the furthest for sure.
Her first attempt was actually closer to that
Yeah,
last
I
hole.
think it was.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Now she's a bit more further. I think that heel was holding her down rather than. It did keep her body close to the wall, but it kept her down from actually jumping towards the last hole.
When you're doing a dynamic move, at least from the legs, you need something to push off of.
Yeah.
So that's the problem here, is that they're going to have to push off from this position
Yeah, and once you unlock that heel, the one that keeps you near to the wall, you'll just swing out.
Yeah.
Well, right now we're having Honoka representing Japan.
Oh wow, you said the name correctly this time.
Why everyone's judging me for saying that? I'm gonna keep the reply to myself, okay? I'm not gonna answer that question. Yeah, basically, you're not the first one commenting on that either.
Chalking up mid
Yep.
attempt. Nice.
She wanna keep that flash attempt. Doesn't want to lose it. And
Nice.
having
Gets to the zone.
Yep.
First attempt.
securing that zone, moving her body.
Matching and then
She's gonna go directly to that jib.
nice.
Yeah. Now to the unknown territory again.
Yes.
Standing on the edge of that volume. Ooh, slip. She sort of slipped over there.
I thought she was gonna save it for a second.
It was a big swing for her. It was
Yeah.
quite hard for anyone to save. But again, amazing effort. She know what happened wrong. She know what went wrong. She might correct it this time.
She'll be analyzing now while she's resting, trying to come up with better body positions to get
Yeah.
there more efficiently and to stick the last move.
She needs that push towards the last hole, knowing that the last foothold is quite low. 2 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Pulling towards that side pole,
Up to the zone again.
not wasting any time, not thinking that much about this part.
She didn't rest as long as the others as well.
And going to that jib again.
Yeah, one last move.
Crossing. And oh, just falling a bit short.
And if you saw, she had her left foot, right foot in a flag, left foot on the hip twist to the right, and then went with a left hand kind of jump. She scraped it well enough though. Let's see what's her
Still
second
has-
plan for the time again.
She still has a minute and 5 seconds, so maybe she'll have time for an attempt or two.
Yeah. She might have an attempt or two, as you mentioned. But God, I think 2 attempts are too much.
Yeah.
I feel tired just looking at them.
Yeah, she looks like she's getting a bit tired now as well.
Holding
Yeah,
that.
see, the movement's a bit slower now.
Yeah.
Not as explosive.
But what she did differently last time was having her toe instead of her left heel.
She
Under this
changed
volume.
her heel into a toe, so
Yeah.
she was able to cross the side.
So is she gonna cross again, or she
I
gonna
think she's gonna try it. Yeah.
cross again? Would love to see a top on this route. And a high heel.
Trying the high heel. Okay.
She gonna go for it?
I hope it works. I want to be right about this.
Please go for it.
I want to believe.
10 more seconds and
no.
ooh, a big fall. Hi Hanukkah.
Yeah, she's calling it.
That last move stumped all of them.
Yep. Again, amazing effort by her.
We have 2 more climbers out.
Yep, 2 more climbers to go. Mashiro and I. We'll be having Mashiro in a second on the mats. A quick brush. Hopefully, gonna be seeing a top.
We have to see a top.
I mean, I wouldn't be satisfied until I see a top. Exactly. I mean, we're climbers. We would
All
love
of us
to.
commentators are waiting for a top. If any of the competitors can hear us, we are
Hopefully.
both waiting and expecting a top.
We're expecting a top from you guys, so you better send it. Wishing you all the best here. And now it's getting a bit cold
Yeah.
again.
In the shade, it's really cold and
Yeah.
really warm in the sun.
It's too warm in the sun. It's too cold in the shade. So far, we're having Mashiro at first place as of now, I at second, and Ilnaz at third.
Trying for
Ooh, French
step.
holding that position. Amazing power.
Oh.
Ooh, and a big drop here.
But she got the zone as well on the first attempt.
She got the zone, and that's confirmed. So, third place confirmed. Elnaz, representing Iran.
Nice.
Now, the first and second place are between Mashiro and I.
Does it matter how many attempts they take on this, or do they just need a top?
It does. I mean, once you reach to the top, if they both topped it, then it comes back to the number of attempts.
If I does top it, she automatically goes to number one without consideration of number of attempts.
Yeah.
Because Mashiro didn't top it.
Yeah.
And if I doesn't top it,
Mashiro hasn't topped it yet.
Yes.
She might top it.
Yes.
Yes.
Both of them will top it. This is what we believe. We here at the commentators watch believe
Yeah.
that both will top it.
Both will, hopefully. Amazing effort by Ilnaz just now, having that third place in the first ever IFSC Asian Cup in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia,
2023.
2023. Again, holding that position and fighting for it.
I don't know how she's staying on.
So, she literally.
Wow.
Double-handed jib.
Yeah, that was quite the power.
So much
Not
power.
only that, you're crimping on your own hand.
Literally, you're using your hand as a crimp. You're like just using it and going for it. But there must be a different way of doing that route.
I'm out of ideas. I have no clue what the intended beta is. For all I know, the intended beta is bring a ladder and get to the top.
That's not even a climber's way. Excuse me.
It's a route setter's way. The route setter's way is get the ladder.
Oh, God. Well, 45 seconds to go on the clock.
It's time for one more attempt. She has to make it count this time.
Yeah, she's gonna put everything into it.
She's climbing a lot faster. Already at the zone. Yeah, let's see how this is gonna play out.
She still have 20 seconds. Hopefully we can see a top and a big drop. That amazing effort by Mashiro.
Last effort.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
it was
coming
worth
in.
it. It was worth it.
Just have the last climber up next.
I will be heading to the mats in a bit. Our last climber for the women boulder final here. Later on, we'll be having our men final. Big expectation for that final also.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be really hard boulders.
I know. Looking at these, I'm not
Yeah.
expecting anything else than hard boulders.
I think the men's is going to be very powerific.
A lot of campusing, I'm expecting.
I mean, the first boulder will be interesting for the men because they're gonna be more balancey, less power. Most pro-
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking a good look. Our last climber on the wall for the women final. Cruising so far through all of these beginning part of the boulder.
About to get to the zone, put her heel in, trying to set it up.
Yep. Ooh, a big
Supposed to go dynamically.
jump. Not taking any chalk bags with her like the other athletes.
She might regret that though.
Going for the jib. Ooh, fully power.
Holding it.
And actually topping it on her flash
Wow!
attempt. Is it second or flash? I think it was a flash attempt.
I don't remember. That was too cool.
It's flash.
Oh,
A
wow.
flash attempt. Amazing climbing by Ai.
That's
insanely
insanely strong.
Claiming that first position and that first place. Amazing climbing by Ai.
Wow.
Wasn't expecting less. And our dreams came true.
I thought she was gonna fall off now. I don't want to read.
Amazing.
I didn't see how that went down.
That's the thing with these climbers. Blink once and the
Wow.
route is done.
Like she was just contemplating and then she just exploded up to the top.
She did exactly what we said. She just went, pulled down. She did a two-handed pull-up on a bad sloper and a shitty jib, and then went for it.
Insane.
In Boulder.
Four tops?
All tops. 4 tops.
Wow.
All 3 of them flashes. First boulder took her 4 attempts.
The
but
other
the rest
3 are
all
flashes.
flashes.
Crazy effort.
Just to let you guys know, we are not in Tomorrowland. We are in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, for the Age IFSC Cup 2023 Riyadh.
Thank you for taking that away from me. Anyways, it was great having you all. In a bit, we'll be having our men final, and later on tonight we'll be having our award ceremony. Thank you, Bisan, for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yalla, enjoy the rest of the commentating box. Enjoy your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to come stop by here if
Yeah.
you're bored during the men's.
For sure.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Thank you for
everyone.
the audience. Thank you a whole 100 and who are watching right now.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. For now, we'll take a quick break until the men final. See you then. Take care. Ciao.